A big box, bigger, biggest. Big, bigger, biggest. Today we are going to see degree of comparison, three forms of adjectives. Now, what are adjectives? That we already know. The words which describe noun or pronoun are called adjectives. So, in the adjectives, we have three degrees which are also adjectives, but the three different forms of adjectives. So, let us see what are all this. In case you want to see the adjectives video, we have already uploaded it. You can check in the description box and see the link provided. So the three forms of adjectives. See, adjectives are one of the most important part of the parts of speech, and children should be very well aware with the adjectives because it is mostly used or seen in their subject, stories, and their sentences, answers everywhere. So let us see, friends. Welcome to Mama and Son Teen channel. Here we discuss about phonics and some grammar related videos. Please watch the video completely to know about three forms of adjectives. Now let us see. Now as I already show, I have three different size box. So a big box. Now I can say along with this box is big. Now this box is big. The word box is the noun over here, and the word big is describing this box. So this is what adjective is. Now I have another box, slightly bigger than this. So what is the sentence I have to write for this? This blue, 1 minute, so that you can see properly. This blue box is bigger. Now this blue box is bigger than this. I cannot say this is big, because these two are there, and right now I am comparing between the two, this one and this one. So out of these two boxes, this is bigger, this is big. Let us see the other example. This box is the biggest. Now as you can see, this is the biggest box out of these all. This is the biggest box. So big, bigger, biggest. Biggest, big, and big. Now these three words are the same adjective, but we are telling the adjectives in different form. So this is actually called the degree of comparison, where we tell the same adjectives but in three different forms. So the first one we said, big, is the positive degree of comparison. Positive degree of comparison when there was no comparison of the box. We had only one box with us. So see, the simple form of the adjective is called the positive degree of the adjective. As we have three adjectives, three forms of degrees of adjective: positive, comparative, superlative. So the positive, when there is no comparison. There is no comparison, that is the positive degree of comparison, the simple form of the adjective. The word big. Then we have what we have next? The form of the adjectives used in comparing two objects is called the comparative degree of the adjective. Now we are comparing between two. So this one, and along with this we have this box. So here we are comparing between these two boxes. So one is, this is big, but this blue box is the bigger, like this. So this degree of comparison, where we compare between two things, two people, two, then only we use the comparative degree of adjective. Now the third one we have is the form of the adjectives used in comparing more than two objects. It can be three or it can be many. It can be an entire class. So more than two objects is called the superlative degree of adjective. So when we want to compare among the entire class or so many people, things, then we use the superlative form of the adjectives. Like we have already seen the biggest box. So this box is the biggest among all the other boxes kept. Biggest, big, and biggest, bigger, biggest, bigger, and big. So here we have the three forms of adjectives. Now let us see how to form from the same adjective, because we have already seen the word is same. We have to change the word for making it into comparative and for when we want to compare between more. So there are a few rules which we follow to change all the words. Let us see the examples so that you can teach your kids how to completely change the words. So we have a few examples. Let us see them. Now we have adjectives, as I said, degree of comparison. The first sentence, Ajay is tall. Now here there is no comparison. Ajay is the only one we are reading about or we are telling about. So Ajay is tall. Vijay is taller than Ajay. And Rajesh is the tallest of the three. It can be more than three also. As I said, more than two is the superlative. So this one is the superlative form, comparative form with the ER, and the positive form, which is the base form of the adjective, the simple base word. So tall, taller, tallest. Now how to add this ER for the comparative and how to add this EST has a few rules which you need to tell your children. Now adjectives you already know, shows the comparison, adjective degree of comparison it shows, and the 3 degree we have already seen, positive where there is no comparison, comparative between two, and superlative between more than two. So let us see. Now see, only the adjectives of quality can have this degree of comparison. Only the adjective of quality can have this degree of comparison. Quality is this only, tall, then young, this. Now let us see few examples and how to change them. Now the change one. See, the few basics are there which we can only change by adding ER or EST. ER for the comparative one, EST for the superlative one. So this is why a few of the words become super easy. I will give you the list. I will provide the list so that you can note it down. A few words which we only have to add ER or EST are like this. Near, nearer, we have only added ER. Nearest, EST. So it is ER And here for the superlative one, it is est. Near, nearer, nearest. Sheena's house is near. Ria's house is the nearer because Sheena's house is little far than Ria's house. But the teacher's house is the nearest. So the ending which is nearest among all, we are adding est. The superlative form is the est. Comparative form is the er. So young, younger, youngest, est. These are the simple words which only add est for the superlative, er for the comparative. I can give you one more. Smart. Then it will become smarter. And one more for the smartest. Like the teacher can use it for the entire class. So the entire class, the word will be smartest. Smarter when it will be a two-person comparison, two people. And one is for the smart, where there is no comparison. Okay, now comes the rule. Let us see the rules now. In case of adjectives ending with E, we add only R and ST because the E letter is already there. See this. In case the adjective is ending with E, so we are supposed to add only R for the comparative because it is ER. So E is already given, we will add only R, and EST, so we already have E, we will only add ST for the superlative. So the word will become fine, finer, finest. As you can see, I have written two examples. Fine, finer, finest. Right? So there are more. Fine. After that, it is noble, nobler, noblest. Because the letter E is given to us, so we will only add R and ST for the superlative and R for the comparative. Okay, next one. In case the adjectives ending with the consonant plus Y, like before the letter Y, there is a consonant. Before the letter Y, there is a consonant. This is T and this is V. So in that case, we are supposed to add IER and IEST. You actually have to make a complete list of like these words and then only you can teach your kids, and that too like one, like one at a time. So then it becomes easier. First of all, what you do, the words which are having only ER and EST, teach them, and after that start with one or two rules. So here we are with ending by heavier, heaviest. We omit the letter Y and write IER. We omit the letter Y and write IEST for the superlative. Right? Same like easy. We omit the letter Y and write Y letter we will omit and we will write easier. Easier. IER. And for the superlative one, it will become easiest. IEST. So there are the four letters which you are adding. Actually, the letters are not four. It is here because of the Y letter. So whenever the I is afraid in the end, the Y letter comes to take the place. Now because of the ending letter Y comes. Now I is not in the end. So the Y is going back and I is taking it place. This is why I is also coming. But you can teach the children, those who are not aware of the phonics rule, that IER comes when the consonant is there before the letter Y. So we have to remove the letter Y and write IER. So heavy becomes heavier, heaviest. Heavy, heavier, heaviest. Pretty, prettier, prettiest. Easy, easier, easiest. Funny, funnier, funniest. Like this. You can say happy also. Happy also we can like change in the similar way. So happier and happiest. Okay. Now let's proceed to the next rule. For changing to positive, comparative and superlative. So after this what we have is, where the words are only adding where the words are only adding. See, for some adjectives, we use the word more and the most. So, more and the most with the adjectives we are going to use here. Positive, like when there is no comparison, beautiful. Then when there are two person, we will use the word more for the comparative, more beautiful, and for the superlative, most beautiful. More beautiful, most beautiful. Intelligent, more intelligent comparative, superlative will be most intelligent. Famous, more famous, most famous. Right? See, famous, it is the positive where there is no comparison. In comparison, two-person comparison, we will write more famous. And here it is most famous. Fine. Now the other one, which is the changing of the word. Some adjectives do not follow these rules and we need to change the word only completely. See, English language and the rules are full of different there are different following rules, and some words are not following this kind of some words are just not following the phonics rules, some words are even not following the grammar rules. So we always have different things and different words to learn and memorize. Exceptionals are always there in English language and the grammar. So the words which do not follow the rules, good, you cannot say gooder, goodest, it is good, better, best. Good becomes better and best. He is good, but Arush is better among these two. And in my class, the boy, suppose Sahil is the best. So like this. Bad, worse, worst. That is the worst case. Worse. It can go worse and worst. So the superlative, when you are comparing and telling among everything, that was the worst situation. So the worst is the superlative, worse is the comparative, and bad is the positive word when there is no comparison. Little, it's less and least. Least population. So we have seen this word quite a few times in children's maths project. So this least and less, these words come definitely for their some kind of math word problem and all. So it is so important to teach them, and it is very much important to teach them the degree of comparison where they can compare between 2-3 things, among the qualities of the 2-3 things, because all the things we cannot say same. We cannot use the same form of adjective for describing all the things. It can be big, it can be bigger, or it can be biggest. Right? So one more thing I just want to add over here, that is one more rule, the double letter rule. When the letters are already double, we are going to double the rule. In case the last letter is consonant, we always double the last letter. So fat, fatter, and fattest. Where the last letter is consonant, we have to double for adding est. Fat, fatter, fattest. After that, hot. So hotter, hottest. And one more, big. Big, bigger, biggest. This is what we have used. We have used the same rule when we started with our video. We have used the word big, bigger, biggest. So here we have double the consonant because of the last consonant letter. The G becomes doubled, and then I added ER for the comparative one, and G I have doubled and added EST for the superlative one. So hope these three forms of adjectives, and the degrees of comparison is clear to you. We will be back with the next informative video. If you have liked the video, please like and subscribe the channel if you are new. Share the video and question in case you have some doubt. We will surely try to clear all your doubts. Bye bye. Take care.